Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I have the November update to my Panda palette in order. Oh my god, I cannot speak. The November update to my Panda palette in order. I started doing this project last year and then I worked on my Glam Shop Remix palette and it was super successful, so I decided to bring it back this year. I was heavily inspired to do this project by watching Caitlin here on YouTube. Her channel is linked down below, and also the creator of this project, Taylor, she's also linked down below. But yeah, this is a Panda palette where you, instead of focusing on all of the shades all at once, you focus on one shade in order. And for this year I decided to go with my, or you helped me decide because I made a little poll. I am working on my Beauty Bay and Nikkietutorials palette. This is a very old palette in my collection, so I wanted to give it like a final hurrah before decluttering it from my life. And yeah, I have had a very successful story with this one. As you can see in the progress pictures, this palette, I started working on this one from the bottom down because the bottom shade, the first shade, Mr. Tutorials, and then Amsterdam, and then Mama Tutorials, are kind of dark and more appropriate for working in January, as like when I roll this one in. So I have been having steady progress on this palette throughout the months. I have been hitting more than one pan many of the months actually. The mattes have been a little more difficult. For example, Zoomer, I did not hit pan in order. I actually hit pan in the shade Pride before I hit pan in Zoomer. But in general, I have hit at least one pan each month. I also had to repress the shade Mila because it started to break apart. As I said, this palette is very old. So if the shade Mila looks a bit different in the progress pictures, that is why. The shade Basic Trut I have been working on regularly, like even though I had a pan, because I wanted to use it as much as I could. So you can see that pan expand quite a lot. The shade Mikai, the red one, was the first shade that I did not hit pan in after working on it for a month. It actually took me 2 months to hit pan, but I continued to hit pan in the shades after Mikai before I hit that red, had hit pan in that red shade. It's a very, very opaque, intense red color, so it like I had to work on it a little bit longer. So you can see what it was looking like last update. Then I only had 2 pans remaining to hit. That was in Blend and Snap and in the shade Slasher. So I was obviously working on Blend and Snap for the majority of, like, the focus was on Blend and Snap because that was the next in order. 5 AM I hit pan in a long time ago. This, I don't remember how much I had used Blend and Snap, but I had used it quite a lot when I like for the last update, and I did have a good dip. This is what we're looking like today. So I was able to hit pan in Blend and Snap. It is a perfect, very beautiful blush shade. So I have been using it as a blush some, but also obviously as a shadow. Since I had Blend and Snap and Slasher, this purple, I use Blend and Snap a lot to blend into Slasher. So I'm very, very pleased to have pan, and now we are in, this is the November update, so I have 2 more months to work, or maybe like 1 month in reality, because I'm gonna do the finale next update, to work on Slasher. And you can see I have a dip. I have already used Slasher 19 times, but I have not hit like a good dip or pan. Blend and Snap, I hit pan in after using it 27 times. So it did take a hell of an effort. Maybe Slasher will also take 27 times, who knows. What makes me a bit worried is that I will be traveling and I'm not gonna bring this palette with me traveling, so I do have some weeks that I'm not gonna be using this one, but I don't know. I still have a good pan, a good dip now in Slasher. So hopefully I will be able to finish and hit pan in that one. That would mean that I have hit pan in all of the shades throughout this year. I think I had pan in this one starting, but the rest of the shades did not have pan. So a great success story, since we only have 12 months and this has obviously 20 pans in it. So, but it is beauty formula, so I knew that I was going to be able to hit pan quite quickly in the at least the shimmer shades. I think I'm gonna depot some of the shades from this palette. For example, Zomer and Blend and Snap and this one. These are nice blush shades, so I might actually depot them. Maybe I will depot this one because I can use it as a mixing shade if I need to mix something. I stopped working on this one, but I have like so little left, so maybe I'm gonna scrape that one out and repress with something else. And then for the shimmer shades, we have this one. This is the most beautiful shade, I think, in the palette. It's called All In. It's like a green gold shimmer shade. Then we also have this shade Pride, which is very beautiful, and the shade Aura is pretty nice, but I'm not sure. But I am going to declutter to not have this entire palette left in my collection after at the end of the year. So that is the short and sweet update. We have a little time left to work on this palette, and I hope that I will hit the final pan before the end of the year. Let me know what you think. Do you think I'm gonna make it or not? Do you still have this palette in your collection, and how is it looking for you? Or do you have any pans in it? Or yeah, I would love to hear it. It's always so fun to hear from you in the comments. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this update. I hope that you are well, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!